The life cycle of an oak tree is constant. It's ever-changing. The moment a single, minuscule acorn falls from the branch, the process begins. In the meantime, other oaks are either fully grown or still growing, and sometimes those saplings require nurturing. Before Dr. Charles Fowler began his presidency, several projects were already in the works, on their way to becoming full-grown oaks. Some of these developments included the Dr. J. Randall O'Brien Veteran Center, the Randall and K. O'Brien Amphitheater, and the Knoxville Education Center.
You realize that you're standing on the shoulders of generations that went before you, and you hope to be a faithful steward so that generations to come are standing on your shoulders, and you see this cycle of life and ministry be continued. When I came to Carson-Newman, there was never this sense that I felt a responsibility to come and jumpstart something. I knew that I was coming in to be a steward. There's a lot of good work taking place in these classrooms and these residence life complexes around this place where there's an investment in students that's worthwhile.
Despite challenges the COVID pandemic presented, Carson-Newman University continued to move forward. On September 22, 2020, the university dedicated the campus ministries building in honor of alumni Dr. Bill and Linda Viel's lifetime of service as missionaries. The development of a church relations office followed, along with the new partnership with the North American Mission Board and the creation of the Ministry and Missions Cord, which is given annually to senior students who demonstrate exemplary service to ministry and missions in honor of the VLs.
It's really building a culture of service. We want servant leaders, and for believers, there's not a more important need in the world than a person's salvation. And so our students are connecting with that and really wanting to find ways to serve and be a part of the Great Commission, and we're helping to facilitate that.
Another staple within the Carson-Newman and regional community is Appalachian Ministries of the Smokies. Over the last 40 years, this incredible nonprofit organization has impacted the lives of thousands through various services, including an outreach center, food pantry, and the Samaritan House.
It's so much a part of the Carson-Newman experience. I mean, that ministry now is one of the most high-profile compassion ministries in our entire region.
175 years ago, the 5 visionaries who gathered under a lone oak tree on the banks of Mossy Creek knew a Christian institution of higher learning needed to be built. But it wouldn't be possible without prayer, without God's favor upon this institution. Such reliance on God's faithfulness required prayer. 17 decades later, it remains at the university's core. In 2021, Dr. Fowler announced the Praying for CN initiative that invited prayer partners to ask for God's direction and guidance for a campus community seeking his preferred future. As a result, the prayer walk and eagle statue were created in the heart of campus to serve as a daily reminder that many are praying over Carson-Newman, its people, and its mission.
I want our students every day, when they are walking across the heart of campus and they see those stones with people's names on it who have committed to pray every day for Carson-Newman. It says to a student walking up that walk, I'm not in this alone. We need the providence of God. We need His favor to establish the work of our hands. But we also need others to come alongside us and encourage us, to pray for us, to help us.
With the direction clearly defined, the university proactively took steps to build toward the future. In full support of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Fowler and the administration acted to build a new facility that would house the School of Health Sciences, which included the nursing and exercise science departments. Following many hours of prayer, deliberation, and planning, history was made on July 9, 2021, as the university broke ground on the Drama and Ted Russell Center signaling the start of the Acorns to Oaks 5-year strategic plan.
I don't know how you say to be able to just see something that you know it's the Lord's will, and maybe is this much a part of it. Great big part. Maybe the Lord will remember you when you get in heaven. He might give you a ring around your head. You can't ever tell, but it just makes you feel like as a Christian you're doing something that the Lord likes.
One of the things that students want when they come to study at a university is to know that they are getting a top-tier education.
You think about the health sciences building, the labs, the technology, the things that we have not always had in the past. To be able to give that to our students reassures me that we are giving them excellence.
For 25 months, the empty grassy area on the corner of Branner Avenue and North College Street was slowly transformed. Just more than 2 years later, the much anticipated wait was over. On August 8, 2023, the doors to the Drama and Ted Russell Center were officially opened.
It was phenomenal. Lord works slow sometimes, and he worked slow on this one, but he used a lot of people putting that together.
I hope those who do in the future histories that are written will remember that as a pivotal moment for Carson-Newman. That facility really sets a new bar for how we define academic excellence at Carson-Newman. It says to students that we want to provide the very best to guide your educational experience at Carson-Newman.
This 48,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility, complete with 12 classrooms, 4 labs, and a highly advanced simulation lab, is already yielding fruit, providing students and faculty an excellent learning environment, a place to gain knowledge and to use that knowledge to serve. And with that, the center begins a new chapter, impacting the lives of students and the region for decades to come.
Carson-Newman changes lives because of the experience. And what we want to provide for students moving forward is a new experience in new buildings where they can make memories and they can have sights and sounds and smells that are new and appropriate for their generation.
Truly, when I see that building, I walk through it, I see the future of Carson-Newman.
As evidenced with the Drama and Ted Russell Center, change is inevitable and frankly needed at times. In the fall of 2022, Carson-Newman launched a new educational venture, the College of Professional Studies. The College of Professional Studies allows both undergraduate and graduate students new degree opportunities offered both in person and online.
The goal was to come up with some new revenue streams that could help bring additional revenue to support the work on this campus. They began their work. That Innovative Initiatives Committee eventually morphed into the Board of Regents, but they made a recommendation as their first initiative to create a College of Professional Studies. It would be students we're not reaching now. It would reach student markets that we historically haven't even considered.
This new program also set the stage for Carson-Newman to branch out beyond the campus and into other parts of the state. On September 5th, 2023, Carson-Newman announced a new partnership with First Baptist Mount Juliet and Mount Juliet Christian School to establish the Nashville Education Center, which along with the Knoxville Education Center, now serves as the university's second satellite campus in Tennessee. In addition, on March 26th of this year, Carson-Newman established the Mosier Center for Entrepreneur Leadership, providing not only current and future students, but the regional business community opportunities to enhance the skills and performance of their employees.
We're taking through online education and through these educational centers, we are expanding our reach, I think deepening our reach and we're going to see new revenue streams and new student markets impacted by the Carson-Newman mission in ways that we could have never imagined.
For many years, Carson-Newman has made a significant impact on the lives of thousands of alumni living and serving in all 50 states and 58 countries. At Carson-Newman, many discovered their purpose and found their home. In the fall of 2022, the university launched its latest enrollment campaign entitled Found: Your Place, Your Path, Your Purpose. Designed to distinguish the university from others, the campaign promotes not just the degrees students may earn at Mossy Creek, but the person they become to fulfill their God-given purpose. And it's yielded successful results. In the fall of 2023, Carson-Newman announced its third largest enrollment in school history.
Many students come trying to figure out who they are and how does God want to use me. And places like Carson-Newman are uniquely equipped to help students discover their purpose, get equipped to walk in that purpose successfully, and to find a path forward.
Campus itself has also gone through many changes in the last 5 years, including renovation projects for residential buildings, administration buildings, and athletic facilities. From new playing surfaces and facilities for our student athletes to enjoy, to a completely redesigned student one-stop department, these renovations have played an important role in the everyday lives of Carson-Newman students.
So many of our projects on campus come from suggestions that students have made. We have focus groups with students to hear from them what they need, what they think excellence looks like in aspects of our work. And we take those suggestions seriously, and so much of their experience on this campus that's been improved has been because of the initiative of our incredible student body.
Other changes in the last year included the development of intercollegiate recreational sports, a department housing the Eagle Archers, the Kayak Anglers, and the national powerhouse, Eagle Anglers. With expanding campus offerings, on October 23, 2023, the university unveiled the David W. Barger Disc Golf Course, an 18-hole, par 3 course that spans more than 1,600 feet of the Allen and Phyllis Morgan East Campus at Mossy Creek. But many of these changes over the years wouldn't have been possible without the efforts of those who have gone above and beyond. Time and time again, God has put the right people in place at the right time to handle challenges the school was facing. Following the untimely death of the school's first president, William Rogers, Robert Reedy Bryan stepped up as the institution's second president, overseeing the construction of Mossy Creek Missionary Baptist Seminary. Following the Civil War, Bryan once again answered the call, this time as a president, professor, pastor, and fundraiser all in one. Inspired by the actions of Robert Reedy Bryan, the university created the Robert Reedy Bryan Society, a society that's emblematic of the characteristics and example set by Bryan in his willingness to stand in the gap, dedicating his career to serve the advancement of the institution. On May 12, 2022, Carson-Newman inducted the first 5 Robert Reedy Bryan Society Fellows during spring commencement, an inspiring tradition that will continue annually for years to come.
You know, just like every institution, we've had some tough seasons where it was easy to find greener pastures, but we've had faculty and staff who have stood in the gap. And I just felt like their stories need to be told. Their legacies need to be remembered.
Much has taken place on campus in the last 5 years, from record-breaking enrollments and creative degree programs to innovative technology and new facilities. Carson-Newman has come a long way. And all of these oaks that have grown, along with acorns that continue to sprout, are undeniably a testament to God's faithfulness and promise for a brighter future. His preferred future for Carson-Newman University.